Welcome to video number 4. Before we start, I want to just go show you the painting we did in video number 3. It is really beautiful, and I wanted to show you what it looks like on the wall before it goes to the wall that it's going to hang on tomorrow. So it's going to have its new home tomorrow. It is beautiful. All the corners that we worked on, all the striations, all the cells, it's exactly what we wanted. Really, truly, a truly beautiful one. So today I'm going to be using the leftover paint from that composition in a black base. The same colors. Remember, we used the blue, we used the gold, we used the aqua green, but then we used the black and the white smear, and we, of course, the Payne's Grey, which we're going to use quite a lot of. So we're going to use 2 small open cups. These are little, maybe 3 or 4 inches. I'm going to put 2 on the painting, on the diagonal. Try and get that kind of spread like we did the other one, with lots of negative black space this time. So here we go. We're going to pour out 2 nice puddles of the black paint. Oh, that's a nice thick puddle. I am generous with these, and I need to be. So we're going to put the 2 open cups in the 2 little puddles on the diagonal. And we're going to hopefully fold the open cups so that the paints go to the bottom and they start to cell around the cup. Remember, we drop it from a high ceiling. There we go. A little bit of a spill here and there, doesn't really matter. This is that beautiful aqua green. Okay. I think we'll then put a little bit of this white, because this is actually the white that causes the cells. Give us a nice contrast. High up. Whoop, there goes the cup trying to swim again. And as I said before, this painting is so informal. It's so private and, you know, subjective, that you can do whatever combination of colors you like, whatever combination thickness of paint, just experiment and have fun. But that's really what it's about. This is more of a hobby, or is actually a hobby. Let's scrape out some of this blue. It's a lovely blue paint that we have left from the previous painting. So it's the same exact palette as we used on the big one. The same paints, except the base is now black. So there we go. We finished all of the blue. We finished a lot of the white. Let's put some gold. Now these paints have been sitting for a day or so they are a little bit thicker. Means they'll take a little bit longer to move, but I'm going to make sure that I've got enough flow extender on a canvas to actually move them around. So let's do another, oh, we haven't used this beautiful Payne's Grey. It's the Payne's Grey. All right, the cells are starting to form around it. And I'm going to throw in a little bit more of this white to give it some more cell activity. Okay. Drizzle a little bit of the black, because that's got a lot of Floetrol in it, should cause some cells. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go to my purple. I've got a ready mixed purple, if I can find it. Oops. Can't find the purple, but anyway, let's put a little bit more of the sea green. All right, now as these paints settle, you can see it probably, you can see some of the cells starting to form around the puddles. Puddles are moving a little bit, but I am going to need to torch it. It's looking really nice. Move it around a little. Okay, I'm going to need to add more black base, but what I'm going to use here is also some of my swart paint. See what happens with this. Nice flow extender. Remember, the paint that flows off is not only paint, so it's not that much of a waste. It's paint, it's Floetrol, and it's water. Okay, let me put this side. Alright, so let's just torch it once more, and then we're going to start. Remember, these are the exact same colors that we did on the white background, so we're going to kind of get a different composition. Okay, I'm going to swipe my cups around, twirl them out, get the paint to move. Okay, now we're going to try some, get this one swiped around. So dragging the cup around or through the paint actually creates like a swipe, as if I took my swiping tool like I did the other day and I just kind of went and swiped it through, but the cup acts as a swiping tool. All right, this is pretty dark, so I'm going to throw a little bit more of our blue in there, just a little bit that you've got left, just through the middle and around. And I'm going to layer that with the sea green or aqua green. And even a little bit of the sparkling white. Remember, these are leftover paints. They have thickened a little bit, so the composition is going to be a little bit different. I did not add any additional water or anything to thin them out, but let's just... There were a lot of air bubbles here. So I'm going to start to move it around. I'm going to be tilting. You can see all of the cells that are forming. I'm trying to not let the paint go off of the canvas yet. I want to stretch it a little bit more. This is not a very big canvas. It's a 16 by 20, but I did just want to see how this leftover paint is going to work. There, I'm dropping it off of the edge, that corner. It's going to be this corner. Oh wow, that is truly gorgeous. Look at the striations forming there. I'm lucky there's enough paint to go over that edge, otherwise I should have added some more. No, I think we're good. But I do need to add some more paint on this corner here and to this area to get more of a flow going. Remember that when I did this one, I touched up the corners. You can see how beautiful they actually came out over there. They're pretty beautiful, pretty gorgeous. Lots of striations, lots of lacing. All right, let's just torch the new paint. Okay, I'm going to turn this around because we're going to tilt it to this corner. So you'll be able to see the tilting. See, it's moving more easily over here. Base paint is pretty thick, so it's taking a little longer to move, but that's okay. But I do not want to lose this beautiful edge, so I'm going to turn it around and bring it back. You can see where the paint is settled in the middle. So we're pretty much getting a similar effect to what we did with the white background, with the blues coming through and the gold coming through. I have got varnish in these mixtures, so it does dry pretty shiny. These are not going to need to be varnished. I'm going to leave it in its natural shape because I included the varnish in the actual mixture. All right, let's put a little bit more in this corner. We've got to get this corner going. And I'm going to put some more color in this corner. A little bit of the blue, the aqua green blue, a little bit of the Payne's gray. And definitely some of the white. I love the way the white is creating these cells and striations all over. See if I can scrape like a little bit more of blue, but a little bit more blue left in here. Okay. Just my hands. Put a little bit more black in the corner here. I'm going to tilt it into that corner, but I don't want to tilt so long that I lose any more of the pattern, so I'm going to put a little extra black base there. I'm going to tilt into that corner, if you can see where the light's shining. See it moving off there. As soon as it goes off of that corner, I'm going to actually start to bring it round it and bring it back a little bit. Because I do not want to lose this beautiful area over here. Let's get it into that corner. This paint is moving pretty slowly because it's pretty thick, but that's okay. It's not a very large canvas, but it is actually going to be beautiful. All right, now we're going to bring that corner back. See how the lacing is starting to appear over there? Alright, let's give it a moment for the paint to rest. Oops, oops, that's not push pin. Alright, let's torch this. It looks like there's a lot of bubbles. Remember the So I'm going to use my swiping tool, just a thin palette knife, and I'm going to swipe into this corner so we can get some of the other colors to come out. There you go. I'm going to use some of this blue to swipe with. Swiping just means that you have paint on the back of the palette and you swipe it through. There you go. And I think I'm going to add some of the white swipe, but I do want to use my thicker palette. Here we go. All right, I'm going to use this thicker spatula to create a little bit of a swipe in the corner and some swipes in the darker areas. So what I do is I put the spatula in, I scrape the front of the spatula, take off all of the excess, and I pretty much just do a smear like we would with cream cheese. There you go, to brighten up this corner, and now the cells will start to develop. You don't want it to look too uniform, so I'm going to put one on there, do a swipe on the other side as well. So we've got kind of wow. That looks beautiful. All right, let's torch it once more then. Easy peasy. So this is a nice short video for you to see, made with, painting is made with leftover paint. A little bit of each. This is with the swiping, with the open cup, all the things with a black negative space. It's going to be beautiful. I've just noticed that on this corner here, on this side over here, we need to kind of touch up the sides, which we can do, no problem. Just take the paint from the bottom. Okay, I'm going to give you another view. I'm going to actually give you a portrait view. Landscape, this is landscape, and then this is portrait, but I'm going to do a portrait the other way around so you can get a good look at it. Isn't that gorgeous? All right, we're going to let this painting dry off and create the cells that it needs, and at the beginning of the next video I will show you how this one comes out dried. So one more. Totally love this. Have one more look at it. It's really beautiful. One more close up. All right. Well, thank you very much. You'll see the dried version sometime tomorrow or Monday.